Live, Believe Nation, how we doing? Happy Wednesday. Wednesday's my project day, so I like having the day just to work on whatever project I want to work on. I'm working on, right now, 2 secret projects that either one of them could easily be one of the biggest things that I do this year and next year. So we'll see. So I'm working on those. Super excited by it. I think it's good to have one day, at least for me, it works super well to have one day per week that I spend on whatever I want to work on. Tuesdays are so crazy. Yesterday was YouTube day, filming all sorts of videos, talking to my rep at YouTube, getting new ideas, just all in on YouTube. And then tomorrow is crazy. Tomorrow I'm doing interviews and hangouts and podcasts. I'm talking to Tony Robbins tomorrow. It's just like nonstop, crazy all day. So I like having Wednesday in the middle to just have open, apart from this, to talk about, hang out with you guys. But apart from this, to work on whatever I want to work on. Just nice chunks of work to be productive. I don't know. It works for me. Crazy, open, crazy. Anyway, so I'm going to bring in somebody who's in my movement makers. I'm looking for Mo. There he is. We're going to bring in Mo. We're going to talk to him about what he's up to. I think we're also, if you guys want to see my breakdown of a YouTube video, this is going to be the episode for you, but let's see where Mo's at. Mo, I sent you the invite. Let's make this happen. Waiting for Mo. Mo, you got to click accept, and then we'll bring you in. While we wait for Mo, welcome everybody. Hope you're having a fantastic Wednesday. And there he is.
Hey, Mr. Carmichael.
How you doing, Mo?
I'm great. How are you? It's a pleasure to meet you.
Where's home for you?
Long Island, New York.
Oh, okay, cool. Not that far from me. I'm in Toronto.
Yeah, it's just a couple of blocks away.
Yeah.
So
Mo's part of my Movement Makers program and is getting into the content game. So starting to post a little on Instagram. And I hear you posted your first YouTube video.
I did about a month ago. I actually have a second one now, which I feel like maybe is a lot more important than the first one.
Okay.
And I don't know if you got a chance to watch the first one.
I loaded it. I want to watch it with you, if that's still what you want to do.
Okay, no, I'd rather switch it up because I feel like, like you said, like we're built to serve here.
Mm-hmm.
I love the book, and I feel like the second one is a lot more important. Originally I felt like I was surprised first off that I was going to get the okay for this one-on-one because I asked like about a month ago for that first video. It was really just to get feedback about like the thought leader template, to see if that was cool.
Yeah.
But I posted a new video a couple of weeks ago. And I just feel like it's a lot more important, and it's like more to serve like for everybody, and maybe share something with that first. Okay. But I wanted to ask a couple of questions because I feel like this is going to help me like really get out of my comfort zone, take that leap of faith. Because when I first got, I see you smiling, I love it. When I first got the okay or the request maybe to do this with you, I was thinking about playing small. Reverting back, maybe to talk about the first video, maybe not really take advantage of this, not stand in my truth. But I'll be honest, like I get your videos every single morning about like self-confidence and believing. I think I'm on like day 60 something. So after today's video, I actually had the motivation to say, you know what, we only live once, and it's better to just, let it all hang out instead of play small. You know what I'm saying?
Let's go. Mo.
All right, good.
Happening. So what are we doing?
So first I wanted to ask you, just to make sure we're on the same page of me, making sure I'm doing what I got to do and taking that leap of faith and getting uncomfortable. I wrote down like 7 believe questions that I wanted to ask you, some believe questions. You can just answer yes or no while I got you, right? Okay. You might want to use that later. Okay. All right, you can just answer yes or no. The man who helps millions of people believe, including myself, I thought it was like appropriate. So, do you believe that everything in life happens for a reason, even if we don't understand it or why maybe in the moment?
This might be hard. You want yes or no, eh? Okay, yes.
Okay.
We're going yes or no. Yeah.
Let's just knock it out. All right, good. Do you believe that sometimes, we only have one chance, one shot, one moment, one opportunity in life, like Eminem says in 8 Mile, where we could capture it or let it slip?
No.
Okay. All right, cool. Do you believe that, many times we have to be willing to give up something in our current life to go up, to have that chance to be elevated higher in life?
Yes.
All right. Do you believe, that you must speak your truth and be true to yourself? Find your true self, not someone else's version or idea of you.
Yes.
All right.
That
You
was
know,
easy.
I, of course, you're saying your story, living your dream instead of living someone else's dream. That's what it's all about, right? Do you believe that we must be willing to step out of our comfort zone because a life worthy of living is meant not to really be uncomfortable?
Yes.
All right. Do you believe, only two more, that sometimes, we can't reach for what's in front of us until we let go of what's behind us?
Yes.
All right. Do you believe, that these are basically universal laws for success to elevate one's life and it applies to almost everyone, that most people can't escape these things?
Yes.
All right, cool. Because I agree. And I was thinking about this and it kind of just like came out of me.
Go to? Oh, that you
What?
have one shot? I mean, I think it's worth treating it like that. But then if you don't hit it, then what? Then like life is over? No, then you
Right.
keep going. Then you take a shot.
I agree with you in that 100%. You definitely don't want to quit. You're not going to make any excuses. You make excuses, you could get results. You can't do both. Right? So I agree because I really feel like, you have to go out on a limb sometimes because that's where the fruit is.
Hmm.
And I feel like that's what I feel like I have to do now with this moment kind of and get like the most uncomfortable I've ever been, and share a little bit about like what I've been going through and like what happened to me over the summer a little bit because it's important for everybody to know. Okay. So, I feel like, I was serving my whole life, a teacher and a coach, and I kind of ventured out to be an entrepreneur. I felt like, financially it wasn't, I wasn't in the right vehicle to provide for me what I really needed to do. And, I did a lot of things in my life. Then I went out, I got a couple of trademarks. Um, I owned like a bunch of like hundreds of domains, worth like appraised for like over $1 million, and a lot of other things I was doing and pursuing, which I felt like I was really on track. And I feel like climbing the mountain and collecting all the chess pieces I needed over the summertime to get to where I wanted to go.
Hmm.
And I even had like a guy from like Goldman Sachs wanted the business plan for me. And then something like crazy like happened to me, which I feel like most people maybe think like it was in a movie or something. But I was like writing myself notes like from one email to another, so I didn't want to like lose my ideas. And then all of a sudden, I felt like the things that were coming out of me weren't really like from me, and my personality started changing, and like the things that started coming out of me were changing, which was really interesting. But I didn't really understand what was going on. And I feel like a lot of people, they say that like they find God, sometimes. I didn't really know what that meant, but what I found was like some of the things I was writing, I felt like it was as if like God was speaking through me and I was like seeing through his eyes. And like I have like hundreds of these emails, which is crazy. Like this is just like 2 days worth of stuff of like things that came out of me. And it was just like the weirdest thing. And like I didn't know what was happening to me, and some of the stuff even came out in rhyme. But I felt like the messages were really not meant for me. They're meant for everybody, to serve everybody in humanity. And I started to like not venture and do what I was doing, and it was really interesting to me and weird. So like I didn't know what was happening, and I started for whatever reason like buying all these books, and like all these books started showing up at my door. I didn't know why, and so I was like reading them, and like it started to describe what I felt like I was going through, which was like really weird to me. And I felt like I found out like that I was like that chosen person, which sounds really weird, and uh, so like on this last YouTube video, like I started posting a lot of the stuff that came out of me, and like I had a message that I had to deliver. I feel like to humanity, and I feel like this is like the weirdest thing, and but I feel like I have to like stand in my truth and let everybody know, and it is what it is. I feel like I'm going to be serving humanity on like a larger level, and I can't like stay hidden any longer, if that makes sense.
Yeah, there's a great passage from the Thessalonians that says, "Don't quench the spirit." And often, when something comes to you, we tend to judge it. Like, well, that's not what I normally do. That's not what I went to school for. That's not what people expect of me. This is totally different than what I would normally typically do. So you quench it. You quench your spirit and you say, well, that's a stupid, crazy idea. It's not what I'm going to do. And then you end up not liking your life. You end up often getting hit with the lesson again and again and again until you finally listen to it and just go do it. And I think the best thing you can do is when you have those moments to, instead of judging it, because often it doesn't make sense, instead of judging it, finding some way to just start taking action on it, to build some momentum. Like, trust that it was given to you for a reason, and that reason was good and is of service to others, even if you don't know how it makes sense. Your intention is not to go out and harm somebody, so it was given to you. Go do something about it and stop judging it. And when you can embrace that, amazing things happen.
Okay. All right. I don't know what else to say really right now.
Well, how does that sit with you? I mean, are
No,
you
go ahead.
still
I'm sorry.
fighting it? Still having an internal battle whether you should do this thing or not, or where are you at right now?
No, I feel like, I've been like going through all these tests and things since the summertime. Where am I at? I feel like everything's only shown to me like a little bit at a time. And I feel like, worrying or thinking about, there's a difference between worrying and thinking about the future and then planning for the future. And I'll be honest, like I didn't plan this video. I wasn't like expecting for this to be, to do this with you up until like a couple of days ago. And I feel like the video I posted maybe like right before the New Year's, I feel like everything was done like specifically in a certain order. So I couldn't like be afraid to do that and then do this. For whatever reason, I felt like it was a lot bigger than me. And, but I just feel like I'm a part of something way bigger than myself for whatever reason. And I feel like I'm back more aligned with what I'm like meant to do, even though I don't really know everything that that's going to entail. But, this is something I feel like I've been holding back and not really sharing with anybody for the longest time. And I just felt like it was time to be honest. Everything was basically telling me to like step out of your comfort zone, just be who you are, and just speak your truth about like, what's going on with you. And just don't be afraid to share it with Evan, I guess.
So what specifically? Just that you feel like you had this message from God and you need to share it?
Well, there were many. There were like hundreds. And at one point, I gained the abilities, I really believe, to like see through his eyes. So like, and I have all this stuff's like documented. And then I started like creating like a logo, which I didn't even know like what the logos were. Like looking on Shutterstock, looking at all these images, and I didn't know like what was happening to me. And then like these books that I was reading, it was describing what was actually happening to me, which was kind of weird. I felt like I was in a movie, and it was kind of bugging me out, to be honest with you. And it wasn't one message. It was like 1,000.
So are you
And
struggling to make sense of it? Are you struggling to act on it? What do
well,
you?
I feel like they need to be shared because it's not just for me. I feel like they're like really important. So I'm gonna start like uploading them, maybe put them in like a Google Drive and like share it on the YouTube channel, like underneath that video, I guess.
So what's been the resistance? So it's been in a month you've posted 2 videos.
Yeah, well, one was about like just prayer. I'll be honest with you, because I wasn't even like spiritual. I didn't even like believe in God. I'll be honest with you, like before like this experience. I almost got kicked out of Hebrew school when I was younger,
Okay.
and but so the first one, I thought like I was going to go into a business and create my own like business around spiritual stuff. And the first video was about how most people don't know how to pray properly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I thought, that could touch on so many different avenues in everyone's life. And I felt like I could, help people in every avenue and anything, every profession, help with depression, help with fear, help with doubt, if it was done in a certain way, because most people, a lot of people, they complain about what they don't want, with the law of attraction. They'll
Mm-hmm.
put out there, what they don't want, their anxiety. And I realized that when people do that, they're never going to get their prayers answered. So you have to do it in a certain way and say, and be thankful and say thank you and to God and say what you want as if it's already happened, as if it's already been fashioned and already have that feeling like the law of attraction. So that's what the first video was about. And then, I kind of got, this impression or intuition saying I had to do this other one. not knowing, what was going to happen of it or the first one. And then this came along. And then like everything is telling me to just share it and then not knowing what's going to happen after this too. Kind of like take that leap of faith, and just speak and just be honest and then just let's see what the chips fall where they may, kind of a thing.
Well, listen, I saw the title of the video of your first one. I have it loaded on my computer. I thought maybe you want to watch it,
Sure.
but
If you want to, it's up to you.
no, I mean, listen. So
Good.
I agree with you. I think people don't know how to pray. I think people pray to try to get their problem solved as opposed to praying for wisdom. There's a great, let me find it actually. This one of my favorite Bible verses of all time. Let me find it. I'm going to find it for you. I have it open. The Thessalonian one is great. Where's here? James, okay? James 1:5. If any of you lacks wisdom, you should ask God, who gives generously to all without finding fault, and it will be given to you. Wisdom.
It's the best kind.
It's not asking to solve your problems. It's asking for the wisdom to solve the problems.
That's right.
So if you've been given wisdom, then you got to go do something about it, right? Because the next line is, but when you ask, you must believe and not doubt. Which is a little bit where you're at right now. You're doubting it. That maybe not the wisdom, but the how to share it. You're still stuck thinking about it, right? Because the one who doubts is like a wave of the sea blown and tossed by the wind, right? And I mean, that's the full quote, but go do something about it. If you've been given wisdom, what are you going to do about it? Mo? Yeah.
I'm gonna start. I guess I'm gonna start uploading it and put it in the description of the YouTube video to start.
And then keep going. I mean, keep going. You made 2 videos, and that's awesome. And then just keep talking. Like your first is 30 minutes long, right? Like that's no joke. That's not just a, hey, it's Mo. I got something to share.
I was shocked. Yeah, I was surprised.
I love it. Right?
So I guess I should be making more videos then. I should be making more videos.
As long as it's flowing. If you're sitting there and you're writing like pages of emails that you don't even know, I mean, some people call it flow state, right? But if it's speaking through you, you got to go off and do it.
Okay.
This is basically how I live my life. Like everything, even this conversation, I don't know where we're gonna go. I don't know. You're gonna lead off with 7 questions around belief, and like, okay, like we're on this parallel path together. Let's go do something about it. And a lot of the stuff that I say, I'm just channeling, and I don't even know what I'm talking about. And if you said, hey, what did you say 5 minutes ago? Like, I don't know.
You have to be in the moment.
It's just channeling. It's just, direct connection. That's it. So stop judging it and start creating. Like, you know that it's had an impact on you, right? I mean, what you've received is profound. It's had an impact on you. You know that it can serve, help other people. And your intention is to serve and help other people. Now you got to go do it. Okay. And will it be completely received 100% well? No.
Never.
Will you'll probably watch back your videos and be embarrassed at how you started it or how you talked or how you said a certain word or how it wasn't eloquent as you wanted to be. I mean, how do you get better? By doing more. But if you've been given a gift, you've got the responsibility to do something with that gift and to share it. So that should be the immediate plan. Like, you should be making as much content as possible, as long as you're still tapping into it. If you've gone dry, you got nothing left, okay, that's a different conversation. But if it's like flowing so fast you can't even keep up, like don't be the block. You're blocking it. Damned, right? Like you've dammed off the water. Like let it get out. Let it go.
That makes a lot of sense. Definitely.
So again, even here, so in Built to Serve, right, we've got the perfect thought leadership template of how to start a video and how to structure your arguments. If that is if that's slowing you down, then ignore it for now. And just spit, just go.
Okay.
And it starts to, if you're going to start to get more cerebral, like if the tap is off a little bit or slows down a little bit, then you can be more strategic with it. But as long as, whenever I'm in the zone on something, whenever I'm just feeling, I have to go and do it. And I honestly shut everything else down just to be able to go off and stay in that zone, because I'm going to make something magical. And then you look back and you see this like massive burst of energy that you just created. It's like, where did that even come from? I don't know, but it was guided and I made it. And let's go. And let's try to keep getting back there. So
Okay.
while the faucet's on, you got to stay in that zone as long as possible, because it may not be there, forever.
Sure.
So you'll have time to do all the other stuff. But right now, you got to push hard.
Okay. Yeah, I feel like a lot of it was over the summertime. This was like happening to me over there, and it's just been like sitting there since the summertime.
Yeah, you
But
dance. You're quenching the spirit, man. You got to let it loose.
okay. All right. Definitely. I will do. Yeah, go ahead.
Perfect. I mean, the first video just looks like you're in your apartment or something, or your home, which is awesome. Film. Next.
Yeah, there's no PowerPoint. It's just one take, not even edited.
But that's
And
fine. You don't need it. I mean, if it's guided, you just go and you create it. And again, you're going to mess up on some of the words, but who cares? Go.
right.
And the more you do it, the better you're going to get. And you're going to develop your style throughout. And then we can work on powerful opinion and worry about thumbnails and all the other stuff, the strategy. But the heart, the emotion, the energy is the thing that carries the day. And you can look back on the next 6 months and say, where did all this stuff come from? Like, I can't believe how productive I was, how much I shared, how much I gifted the world, instead of in another 6 months only having done like 4 videos.
Definitely. Definitely. Right. You can't let it just sit there and collect dust. And like you said, it doesn't flow forever. And so definitely, I'm gonna do that. You're the man.
As soon as you start to judge it, you lose. Because what are you judging with? You're judging with your head, and your head only understands the world that currently exists of who you've been. And so it doesn't make sense. But you're evolving and becoming something else, something new, something better. And so you have to start doing things that you haven't done before. And now you're being called to do something.
Right. If you want things to change, we got to change. If we want things to get better, we have to get better. Right. If we want more, we have to become more. So, right. I got to stretch and keep stretching and keep stretching.
So what's like, get specific. What's the next step then? I mean, first off, you're here. Congrats. I mean, I don't know how nervous you were before coming live and doing this.
I'll be honest, like I was nervous the last few days. I was going to just maybe talk about the other video or talk to you about it. I thought maybe you watching it while we were talking would have been kind of like a waste of time, because it was like a 30-minute video and we only have 25 minutes. So, and then I was wondering maybe I should take notes and put it on my wall and read it off the wall. And then I'm thinking to myself, I'm driving myself crazy, and I just said, F it, and I'll just let it flow and just be myself and just let it fly. So I kind of came over all that fear right before today. After I saw the video I got in my email today, I just flipped the switch and I definitely believe more today. So.
And that's a sign that you're on the right path. When you're nervous, when you're afraid, when you're scared, like you've been given this thing and at the same time you're nervous, that means you're about to grow. And you want that in your life, right? Like tomorrow, I'm doing an interview with Tony Robbins and I'm nervous about it. And I've already interviewed Tony Robbins and I've already been at his events.
Right.
And
You went to the retreat. Yeah.
But it doesn't change the fact that I'm still nervous about it tomorrow because I want to make sure that it goes great. And so what I remind myself of is, one, that I do difficult things, that being scared is not a good enough reason. Like the fact that you're scared of it means you have to go off and do it. And two, my intention is to serve, right? I'm trying to serve. Tony's got a message that I want to get out to my audience. I'm not trying to rip people off or scam people into something. I'm trying to serve. But when you get out of your head and into service mode, it releases the anxiety around it, and honestly makes you show up better. If I go into my interview tomorrow and I'm going to do this, I'm sure like 20 minutes before my interview, I'm going to be like, boom, 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 boom. And I have to start thinking service mode. Like I got to put myself back there to say, hey, this interview might be watched by 1 million people, because the last one was watched by almost 2 million people that I did with him on my channel. So this might hit 1 million people. What can I ask? What questions do I need to go through? How can I use this time together to serve, to share, to help? And if that's my mindset going in, I'm gonna ask better questions and show up with better energy than if I'm okay, Tony, okay, let's do this, right?
Yeah.
But it's a sign that you're on the right path, because if you don't have anything in your calendar that does scare you, that does give you some kind of anxiety or nervousness, then you actually don't like your life. You're just repeating the same day over and over and over and over and over again.
Right.
So what's the game plan for you then? So how are you going to share this? We got the mindset of like, okay, when this happens, here's what I'm going to do, but what's the tangible action plan you're going to start?
I guess this next step is to start like breaking it down into different things, different topics, different sections, different, I guess, things of importance to talk about. And like you said, start making content, start making videos, and start getting out there and just sharing it, just speaking from the heart, and getting over any of those fears, any of those doubts and worries, and just keep building, getting more comfortable doing things like this. You know, maybe doing things live. I've never done that before. It's my first time ever doing an Instagram live. So thanks for, I don't want to say, maybe I shouldn't say that. It's not appropriate. But no, I think this is awesome. And, you know, you're great. So I appreciate your time, you know, and I love Tony Robbins, by the way. He's awesome. So I don't know how you could be scamming anybody. You know, you guys together, it's a great team. And then just keep growing, you know.
So how often are you going to make a video?
I guess first it's about, you know, breaking it down, and I guess I should be keeping them simple, more simple. Like I remember you saying maybe try to keep the videos over 10 minutes.
Into your head. Don't quench the spirit.
How often am I making a video?
Yeah, like don't worry about breaking it down properly and the right here and all this stuff. It's like now we're putting the brakes on already.
I should do at least like a few a week, 2 or 3 a week, I'm guessing, to start. I know you're probably going to say do one every day.
No,
right?
I'm to have a plan that works for you. I mean, if you're flowing, I'm going to say 3 videos. So here's the thing, 3 videos a week. Okay, so what day is today? Today is Wednesday. So when's the next video drop?
I already put that number out there, so I can't go back. What's today? Today's Wednesday, so the next video's got to drop Friday or Saturday, the latest.
Okay. So the next one comes out by Friday. Great.
Okay.
And now you can start to apply some of the, because a video has to drop on Friday. Will it have the perfect structure? No. Will it have the perfect template? No. Does it fit perfectly into this 80 video sequence? No. But if you waited for you to have all that, videos wouldn't be going up. So video has to drop Friday, and then you do the best you can for Friday, and then the next one comes out on Sunday, and then the next one comes out on Tuesday, right?
Okay.
So Friday, Sunday, Tuesday, videos are going up no matter what.
Okay. Thank you.
A little bit better. And
I like that now. I'm like accountable to you and everybody that's seen me say that. So it's a good thing. I appreciate it.
And also, extra homework, IG Live with Angela, who's also in Movement Makers, wants to do an IG Live with you as well to talk it through.
IG Live with Angela?
Yeah.
What?
So
what do you mean?
And she's part with you, and she's in the chat right now watching this, and she says, let's go do an IG Live and talk it through. So.
Oh, okay.
Angela, after this, DM
right now. Okay.
Right now, but DM Mo. Mo, what's your? Oh, you guys can see it. You can see it at the top. DM Mo after this, and so you have to do an IG Live with Angela as well, and she's fantastic. She's asking great questions.
Okay.
Extra homework.
All right. Awesome.
I love it, man. Every time you start to feel the fear, you have to jump into it.
No, that's a good feeling. It's the right thing, right? And just overcome it.
And try to figure things out. You're losing momentum. You got to create. So the 3 times a week schedule is definitely a great start to just get the imperfect message out to the world, and that's how you get better.
Thank you.
Awesome. Sending you lots of love, Mo.
All right, brother. I appreciate it.
Friday. Let's see it.
All right,
All
definitely.
right.
Have a
Much love.
great, love you too, man. Have a great interview tomorrow.
Thank you. Much love, man. Ciao.